The weight of something is defined by the volume of it times the mass density. Now, depending on the material, obviously, we're going to have different densities. So right now, if I wanted to weigh this kettlebell shape here, I could come up here under Evaluate and come over here to Mass Properties. And you can see here, I get a mass of 9.99 pounds. And you're thinking, hey, great. I got a mass, everything's good. Well, it's really not right. Because we didn't define what material this is. In fact, SolidWorks doesn't even know what material this is. It says, material not specified. So it's just giving you some arbitrary number. Which doesn't really help us out at all. So I always recommend defining a material when you're designing a part. So, a kettlebell is most of the time made out of iron. So let's go ahead and apply a material called iron to it. So come over here to Edit Material and under Steel, we control that up. Come on under Iron here, and I've got the ductile iron. Or gray cast iron. Let's use that gray cast iron. And go ahead and apply that. Click on Close and notice the appearance changed. So now it's kind of a black color. Looking more iron-like, and over here it does say gray cast iron. So now when I run the mass properties, it should give us the exact weight of this kettlebell. So under mass properties here, you can see now the mass is 71.92 pounds. And it's saying, hey, the density that I'm using to calculate this is 0.26 pounds per cubic inch, right? So that's important. So you got to make sure that you're using the right density to get the right weight at the end of the day. Now, of course, the volume in the surface area shouldn't change because the shape did not change. But if we make this a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller, then we'll see a change in volume, a change in surface area, and of course, the final weight of the product will be more or less, depending. But we can also come back over here. So cancel back out of that. Now I want to also point out that we have different options we can use here. So even though we've changed the material here, we can also change the appearance, which we've looked at in an earlier video. As far as if we want to change the color, I maybe don't want it to be black. So here's a gray cast iron. Here's the appearance. Indistinct, the display manager. And if I click on it, I can say, hey, instead of this color, let's modify that, or I can change something else. I can say add appearance or edit appearance. Or copy appearance. I can use this. So if I wanted to change it, the dark's a little too light, hey, I want a green kettlebell. When I click on that, say OK. Now, it's still gray cast iron, right? The material is still gray cast iron. Here it is, gray cast iron, but now it's a green one. So I just painted it green, or something like that. So you can apply materials and appearances separately, but all those physical properties that we've applied to this part would be used for something. Like if you did an phi analysis. If you wanted to actually use this for some type of a calculation, whatever material is here is the values that are going to be used for that. If you want to get in and measure things and you want to use those mass properties, we have a couple different ways that we can get to them. Up here under Evaluate we have mass properties. But we can also add a toolbar to our user environment here. So if I come over here to Sketch, I'm looking for a big white area here. Or a gray area on the top of your screen. The Evaluate toolbar didn't really have much space. Maybe right over here. So I switched over to a ribbon that has a bunch of space. Right-click in that area and come down here to Toolbars. We can also get to over here by the way, too. Right-click over here, and it's the toolbars, and notice down here. We've got a whole bunch of options of toolbars. We can turn on and turn on tools. And so tools is another toolbar here. It showed up right here at the top of the screen, and I can grab that and move it wherever I'd like. Now look inside there. I've got the spelling tool. I've got the measure tool. I've got the mass properties tool. That's the one I'm looking for. So let's go ahead and just grab and dock this over here to the right-hand side of the screen, which I actually like to keep it over there. And I use this mass properties all the time, right? Cause I'm trying to figure out how much something weighs. Or I'm trying to refine something to make it a little bit lighter. Or running an analysis on it to see if it can make it a little bit stronger. So that mass is very important to me. So those are a couple different ways that we can apply mass properties. We can weigh our part and really see what goes on behind the scenes as far as how SolidWorks is using the